Hi, this is Shar at KDIR Podcast. I am coming to you from the studio in the basement. And today I have a very special guest, personal friend of mine, and my massage therapist. So this is a little different than in podcasts past. We are going to do a live video session, and we're going to see how it goes, and maybe this is how we'll do it from now on. Who knows? I am going to introduce him. This is Nate, and he is with Healing Hands Mobile Wellness Spa. See, I got it all. I remembered.
Correct.
Okay, so how did you come to massage therapy?
Oh, wow. Well, years ago, my mom would get off of work and she would be tired. And, I would give her like a shoulder, massage. And, she said that I was good at it. So I decided to get into I went to school for it.
Yeah. When was that? When was that?
Well, I went to school for it in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah,
2010. So you've been doing this for how many? You're asking me to do math in my head.
Going on like 13 years.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I heard a rumor, I heard it on the radio. They were talking about massage therapists. They only last about 5 years before they move on. So, what's kept you going this whole time?
Well, I'll tell you this. Massage therapy to me is not work. It's more like a duty that's a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
So
A duty.
Yeah. I look at it as an obligation because I know that's one of my purposes to heal. And, the way I heal with my hands. So,
Thus the name. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you've been okay. I have so many questions about things that happen, but maybe get into what makes you stand out from the other therapists. I've seen a lot, and you are my favorite by far because of your technique, and it's so different, and I think you connect to people in a different kind of a way. Maybe you could talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, ever since I was young, I've always been an empath, so I've been able to, feel people and connect with people, with their feelings and their emotions and, things that's going on with them. And that's why, during my sessions, I always make it about them. So I'll ask, I say, okay, well, what is the part of the body that you would like to focus on?
Mm-hmm.
And then I focus on that, and I do a lymphatic drainage technique that releases the toxins out of the muscles, into the lymph nodes, and then you just drink a fair amount of water after the massage, and then you just
feel amazing. Amazing, yeah. I'm a lifetime member. So I notice every time I see you at the massage place, you have a superhero shirt. Tell me about it.
Well, all right, yeah. Actually, when I was young, I've always felt like and thought that I was a superhero. When I was young, I would have my pajamas on, and I would put my drawers over my pajamas and put my sock over my drawers. I tie, a towel or either a pillowcase around my neck, and I'll jump from couch to couch. Or I go outside, jump off the porch, and things of that nature. And also, it came from me, protecting my sister. I went to school with my sister, and my father always told me that, I needed to, protect her. So I always looked at myself as a savior, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like my theme, So when when people see me, it's like they relate to being saved and being healed, So.
Yeah. That's very cool. All right. Well, we have an unexpected video, or guest coming, and so I'm gonna open the door because he's gonna knock it down if I don't.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you have a thing with animals too, right?
Oh,
Come on,
yeah, for sure.
let's go. Come on. All right, you're now a welcome guest of the show. All right, he's the only one that would knock the door constantly to get in, so I'm gonna let him.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so then, yeah, I think it's cool. I like the theme. Plus, I'm a fan of all the Marvel and what's the other one? DC. Thank you.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Yeah, I love both.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. He wants your. I told you. So you have an animal theme.
I don't know.
Cats?
Cats.
So we've talked about cats. Tell me your theory. Come on.
I see cats, they protect us from negative energy. In our past lives or whatnot, they've always been around, us. That's why you see a lot of cats on a lot of the pyramids.
Yeah, the Egyptians. Yeah. I know. That's when they were worshipped, and then they were treated badly. Huh. Yeah. No, I obviously love them. So they can come in. They can come and be members anytime. All right. So I want to get into like the nitty gritty stuff. Like, I've heard some stories about the things that you witness or hear in your massage sessions. So, people have to like tell you really personal things, right?
Yeah, they do. It's like I really feel like I'm a therapist for real.
Yeah. Did they ask for your advice or just like tell you what's going on?
Actually, they more kind of just tell me what's going on because I kind of just be an ear and listen. I really don't try to give too much advice. When it comes to that, I don't want to interfere. So
yeah,
I just But if they ask me a question, I will tell them how I see whatever particular subject.
You'll answer their question.
Yeah, I will answer.
Yeah, don't ask if you don't want the answers.
Yeah,
that's how I see it too. But sometimes people they don't like that so much. Nobody wants to hear the truth for real.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Well, I know there's been some embarrassing things that have happened. I know you've told me. I'm sure people would like to hear that too.
Well, it was definitely embarrassing to me, but it's more embarrassing towards the client.
Right.
I was. This is years ago. I was doing a lymphatic drainage massage, and the way I do it, if I'm doing lymphatic drainage on a leg, I would normally sit on the table, and I would put the leg over my on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And then I would start and go down from the the thighs down to the lymph nodes that's between the legs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing that, and I kept hearing like noises, like she's making a lot of noises,
Mm-hmm.
noises.
Yeah.
And I kept doing it, and then when I went down, she made a noise, and then I came up, my whole arm was wet.
Oh no! Oh no!
So, she apologized, and things of that nature, and it was embarrassing for me, but it was more so for her.
Right.
I was like, don't worry about it, but.
I think you probably have to put up with a lot of things.
I couldn't massage her no more after that. So. But, that's one story.
Yeah. Well, there will be future interviews, and I'd love to hear about your boundaries because I know you got an interesting do not massage list, and I think that's good. You set boundaries and not. I feel like you probably, you're putting yourself at risk even with touching your skin and being that close, and the risk of even like, them saying that there's some kind of impropriety and things like that, which I'm sure that's why you're insured or whatever.
Yeah. I'm definitely insured. And, I make sure that I'm professional.
When
it comes to the massage.
Yeah, that's what I like about you. I mean, for real, it's one of the things that drew me to choosing you, because I don't go anywhere else, folks. This is it. and if you take my spot, I'll shank you. But yeah, well, is there anything else you want to share with our very short list of listeners, but all the more important to me?
Well, massage is very important. It's like the first line of defense when it comes to health, because stress is the number one cause of every pathology, from cancer, you name it. It comes from stress. And even diseases that can be suppressed, stress induce them. Yeah. So, and massage, with the proper massage, you can actually relieve that stress and that cortisol fluid, so it won't damage your tissues. So massage is very important. I would love really for massage should be actually covered in
insurance.
Everyone should be able to get a massage. I've
been saying that for years.
Even, people who can't afford it, they need to get massages. I mean, it should be offered for Medicare and Medicaid.
Yes.
People. So
I agree.
Yeah, the stress.
Especially for the elderly and the people, who have like disabilities or injuries,
Yeah, because when I was in school, we would go and we would volunteer at the senior homes in Madison Heights.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then I heard a lot of beautiful stories. But then there was a good thing to it, and of course that was a sad thing. You come back and then that person's not there no more. And I just seen them just the other day on him. Yeah. So but it was definitely gratifying.
Yeah. Well, I could see how that is, and charity is kind of inside of me. Like I am a very giving, nurturing person, and I if I were doing what you're doing, it would be very hard for me because I would want to give it away, give it to people, and
well,
you gotta make a living.
I did it for free for a long time. Before I was even licensed. I've even did somewhere, when I was licensed. So I get a lot of charity when it comes to massage.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the more the more you seem to make, the more charity you can give. At least that's been my experience with life. So the more successful you are, the more charitable you can be. Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. That is true.
So what's next for you? Like which 5-year plan or whatever? Like where are you going?
Well, what I would like to do is that I would like to get a mobile wellness spa and have an RV, a luxury RV, and turn it into a luxury wellness spa. Yeah. So where I can go to people's home and offer with a jacuzzi and offer hydrotherapy, things of that nature. Also foot detox as well too, because a lot of everything is connected to your hands and feet, your 5 meridians, all your organs and stuff like that. So you through reflexology and things of that nature, you can detoxify yourself naturally, without different medicines and stuff that causes side effects, which is actually worse than what you're taking. So and it's a natural way of healing, and like I said, I would love to franchise it too, if possible.
Yeah. I think you should
all throughout the United States and everywhere.
I beg you to teach other massage therapies, your techniques, even. I mean, just from me being a patient, like giving feedback on your techniques. You use both of your hands in a simultaneously, but in different ways that it kind of confuses the brain. Like you're pushing hard on that, and it like it's releasing it, but it's hard to let go when you're in pain. So whatever you're doing with your other hand, it like distracts people. So and I've never experienced that before. It was a new thing, and I've also never felt like as relaxed, and it had like a lasting effect. It wasn't just like, oh, it felt great, when I left and then went home. It felt great for like that whole week. So then when I saw you again, like it just kept it going. It was like, and since then I feel amazing. I'm doing a job of a 25-year-old right now.
That's good.
Yeah, and I've got energy, and I couldn't even walk to the mailbox without pain in the past. So I'm losing weight. It's just amazing. I feel like this, it's a combination of a lot of things that I'm doing different, and you are definitely helping me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. And what helps too is that I have love in my hands. I have unconditional love. That's what I get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of someone's nationality, it doesn't matter who they look, how they look, or where they come from, or how rich they are, or how poor they are.
Treat everybody the same. Yeah.
They all get the unconditional love.
That's awesome.
And it comes from my hands. So.
That's awesome. Yeah. So and we talked about empaths, and a lot of people, at least the people who listen who know me, know that I'm a very spiritual, hippie, witchy kind of person.
Yeah.
A little out of the ordinary, but all the same. It is all the same. I believe in energy, and so we've talked about that in the past, and your spiritual beliefs, and they kind of come through, and yeah. It's like a feeling of connectedness in a way. Like you can feel the energy, like going back and forth.
Yeah. My spiritual beliefs have a lot to do with my massage techniques and what I do.
Yeah.
And because I know that every man, regardless to whatever his nationality is, whether he's white, black, Chinese, doesn't matter. We are all one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And every man is a god. Everyone. Mm-hmm. And every woman, regardless what's her nationality, same thing, is an earth and moon goddess. That's why every, new and full moon, what I do is I get my 5 candles. And 5 candles represents each element. Mm-hmm. Air, fire, water, earth, and ether. Mm-hmm. And then what I do, I just get in, I meditate, and I get in contact with my guides of the light. And I ask them to, guide me, so to make sure that I make all the right decisions and how to show unconditional love and unite all the human families of the planet Earth. So that's what I'm about. So all that reflects in my massage, because I look at every man as who he truly is. The issue is now is that this world is being ruled by the lower self of man and woman, which is the devil. So
that's why everybody's so cranky all the time.
That's why everybody's so cranky. So I'm just trying to.
Karen's listening out there.
Yeah, right. Actually, right. Yeah, especially now. Yeah. So I just want to. I feel like that my purpose is to mentally and physically heal. Anybody that I come in contact with. I don't know.
You share that message with them.
I share this message to let them know, hey, I'm here to bring out the inner God in you and the inner goddess, in you too as well. So, man and woman, I think, are the factors that determine and will bring life here.
Right. Well, energy is vibration. You raise the vibration, everybody wins. Yeah. And there's a lot of new agey kind of religion sort of popping up, which I think may confuse the message. You know?
Yeah, I can understand.
You don't have to pay $600 for Reiki. We'll show you how to do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't. As far as religion, I don't have any issue with people that is in religion. But what I do, I've studied a number of religions, and what I normally do is that I take the best part of whatever I studied, whether it's Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, any one that I've studied, I take the best part of it, something that I can apply to myself that'll make me a better person, and then whatever, I'll leave the rest. Yeah. Whatever don't work for me,
So you kind of feel it, like you feel that energy in you. That's sort of how I am as well. I hear these traditions, and a lot of them, they don't, they sound like law. They sound like men. They don't sound authentic to the vibration of love and compassion and all of that.
Just like, okay, we look at the vibration of love. Okay, love is a beautiful connection and a great degree of the highest degree of understanding that you feel for an individual, the soul connection. Now, when you look at the infinity sign, right, you have, it looks like two circles interwoven together, laying down, right? When I look at the infinity sign, I see those two circles. This circle is man, and this circle is woman, the yin and the yang, coming together, weaving together throughout time. Yeah. Okay. If you stand that up, if you take the infinity sign, just happen to stand it up, then you have the number 8. Now, I understand that we deal with math and alphabets. Yeah. Supreme. So, 8th letter in the alphabet is he and her. H. And that's what it stands for. Yeah. So life depends on he and her, and they're equal. They're not. One is not supposed to be above the other. Okay. And that's the issue. When you have a patriarch society where men rule, you have chaos. If you have a matriarch society where women rule, you have chaos. Sure. The rulership is supposed to be together. They're supposed to worship each other with unconditional love.
Oh my God, you have to see that movie. I can't wait for you to see that movie. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but there's a new movie out, and it talks just about what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's where it started. It's so crazy, though, how we veered so far from where we should be.
Yeah, because we forgot how to love, and
I feel like it's greed, and I honestly don't know what the targeted reason is. It just seems like every century it declines. People decline. They stop being good to each other. And this isn't the first time. You can look in history, and we've been horrible to each other.
True. That's true. And everybody on the planet has been horrible to each other. They have separated based on shade, based on
gender, yes,
everything. Well, the truth of the matter is, we all one.
Yeah,
we are all one. We all were conceived the same way. We got here the same way. So
yeah,
that's just bottom line. And we've been here so many times. Yeah. But each time we come, we just have to do it better.
Yeah.
We just keep doing it over and over again. Because life is infinite. Like when people say that life is short, that's one of the most inaccurate statements ever. Yeah. I live many lives.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I it's so cool when you can actually recall those details, when you can feel those feelings. Like some people, like we talked about that, like you can actually visually see what happened, but for me it's more of a feeling. Like most of the fears I have this weird feeling of drowning, and I also have a horrible fear of, I'm very claustrophobic. Like it doesn't make any sense, but that's what phobias are about. Yeah. But I also feel like they're injuries to my soul on a, on a soul level, and that's why I feel the way I feel, and it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So at some point I lived a life and I drowned, and at some point I lived a life and was maybe buried alive. I don't know, but
which is a form of deja vu.
Right.
That's why when you go, sometimes you'll go to a place you're like, oh, I've been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have, maybe in a different time. You know what I'm saying?
Or like with you, I feel like we've met before. I feel like we knew each other well, and like we've been friends forever. So it's crazy. Yeah. And we've talked. We've talked that when you meet someone that you've met in a past life, or that you knew in a past life, like does that have meaning or purpose? Is that is that the path that you should be following because those connections are there, or is it just that you're having a new experience and gaining this knowledge?
It can be both.
Yeah.
It can be both. Yeah, because that's the beauty about science. And when I say science, I'm talking about facts about
right.
It's so many different facts about a particular subject. Like there's an infinite amount of facts about a particular subject, especially when you looking at the metaphysical,
right.
Dealing with past lives, and things of that nature.
Mm.
And it's like when you look at the universe, you got the sun, you got the moon, and you got the stars, right? Mm-hmm. Now, man is supposed to be the son of man. That's why even they refer to God as the son of man.
Right.
Even in Egypt, Ra means radiate, like the sun god Ra.
Right. Which is very cool.
Right. So man is like the sun. They're supposed to be radiate light. So this is where life starts. So love got to come from him first. The woman is the earth and moon. That's why when we're living on earth, that is the home of everyone.
Mother Earth.
Mother Nature.
Mother Earth,
Mother Nature. Things of that. That's the woman.
Birth and creation.
Exactly. She's a receiver, so she receives the light from the sun. Mm-hmm. The moon reflects the light from her. She's a receiver and a reflector. So the moon reflects the light from the sun. So that's her mental aspect of her, because she's reflecting the light. So man has to give her unconditional love first. She receives it and she reflects it back.
Okay.
If he gives her hell,
right,
she's going to reflect hell back to him. She's going to give it back.
Oh, I've been saying that forever. You treat me how you want to be treated, and
so
we'll get along just fine.
Yeah, so it has to start with the man first.
Yeah.
That's why life started like man and woman come from each other, no doubt. Mm-hmm. But the woman came from man first, which is why you came from your father before you came from your mother. Okay. But you got your heartbeat and your physical from your mother, because while you were in the womb, you developed. If you looked at how the stages of what you went through, you looked like reptiles. Like you went through all those reptiles, because the animals are nothing reflections of our personality that's here, that we see here. And we are all one with them too as well. Right. That's why we're not supposed to be killing them either. But that's a whole other story.
We'll get into that another time.
No. But yeah, so that's how I see it when it comes to that. So you got the sun, you got the moon, you got the stars, and you got the children, which are the product of the man and the woman. Yeah. So that's the universe complete.
That's that's also unity and love. Like your way of putting. So it's in a way we having children and teaching them about compassion and love. It's our duty as parents to do that, to teach them love and forgiveness and kindness and excuse me. Drink time. Yeah, sometimes I get a little froggy after talking. Apologize. All right. So, I kind of got on a tangent there. I apologize. I love the idea of your mobile wellness spot. I'm super excited for that to happen. So, what's coming for you? we've got your Facebook page up. We've got your website up. You've got Instagram.
Yeah, I have a photo shoot coming up, so I will be putting pictures up. So
Okay.
I don't have any pictures yet.
Yeah.
I have one coming up. So.
Well, yeah, that should be cool. And your website already looks amazing.
Thank you.
But that'll make it even better and authentic because
Yeah, someone be.
Yeah, it should be you. And then so like you want to talk about like what you're going to offer? Are you like what's your Southeast Michigan like where are you at? How can people get a hold of you?
Okay, well I'm in the Metro Detroit area.
Okay.
I can be reached at www.healinghandsmobilewellnessspa.com. My phone number is 248-636-6386, and I am mobile, so I do come to your home or wherever it's convenient for you.
That's awesome. He also does corporate events. We just had one at our job, and he did a great job. It was amazing. Everybody said so. So, yeah. You're my favorite massage therapist. Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to wrap up, and thank you for listening. If you want to join us next week or you have a show idea, please email us at kdirpodcast@gmail.com. All right. Ciao.